All rise. Judge Butler be court is now in session. Judge, this is the case of Schaefer.
Thank you. You all may be seated. Mr. Schaefer, you brought this case before the court, sir?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Okay, go ahead. What's going on?
Well, my son was married to the respondent, and he died. They had a child that's now 3 years old that has been left in my custody, and I'm asking for some sort of relief or support because I'm retired from the military and on a fixed income.
Okay. First of all, my condolences for the loss of your son.
I appreciate that.
And thank you for your service as well.
Oh, thank you.
How long has the child lived with you?
2 years.
2 years. Has mom given you any support for the child?
No, she hasn't.
She hasn't bought anything.
Not significantly, no. But I've just now come to the point where I need some relief and I need some help.
I agree with that. Ma'am?
All right, folks, let's dive into this courtroom drama. The judge calls the session to order and Mr. Schaefer steps forward to present his case. He explains that his son passed away, leaving behind a 3-year-old child with special needs. Since then, the child has been living with Mr. Schaefer for 2 years, and he's now seeking financial support from the mother, who has not provided any assistance during this time. The tension is thick as Mr. Schaefer, a retired military veteran on a fixed income, emphasizes the challenges of raising a child with autism, a responsibility he never expected to take on alone. He lays bare the financial and emotional toll, making it clear that this case isn't just about money. It's about responsibility. It's about family. It's about doing what's right for the child. As the room falls silent, all eyes turn to the judge. This is going to be an intense battle.
Well, I've been traveling. My job had me traveling a lot, and I was in between jobs. I'm making $35,000 now.
Okay.
And, I'm not...
Where are you traveling?
Well, I'm a travel agent.
Okay.
So because of that, I can just travel. I get discounts, and I get to fly free. So...
Oh, my God, that is amazing.
So...
But that has nothing to do with you giving some sort of financial support.
I didn't
to
have
this.
it.
Excuse me, I was talking. That has nothing to do with you giving financial support to this man for the support of your child. Your child, not his child, your child.
It is my child, that is correct. But like I said, my job had me traveling, and I really didn't have the extra money.
What are you doing with yourself every day? What do you do? Tell me about your traveling.
Well, I had got this new condo for one thing, and that.
Wait a minute, you got a condo and you're traveling.
Yes.
But how much is this condo?
Well, I'd rather not say.
No, I'd rather you say.
Because
how much is this condo?
It's pretty steep. It's pretty steep.
Ma'am, what does that mean? That means nothing to me. Steep. You know how many people come in here with things that are steep? I need a number.
I like to live nice, and so I pay $5,000.
See, you know what? You obviously came here to waste my time.
No, I didn't.
Yes,
really,
you did.
I didn't. And
Ma'am,
really
yes, you
don't have
did.
any
I've
extra
asked
money.
you a very specific question. How much is your condo?
Well, I pay $5,000 a month.
$5,000 a month?
Mm-hmm.
Sir,
Yes, ma'am.
is this 3-year-old in daycare?
Yes, he's in preschool because he has some special needs.
How much is daycare?
Daycare runs about $300 a week.
$300 a week.
Don't you get some kind of help
And don't
from him?
you just need to wait your turn until
Yes, ma'am.
I come to you.
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
not talking to you.
Okay.
Thank you. Sir, $300 a week. And what type of special needs does the child have?
He's autistic.
Okay.
Mr. Schaefer lays out his case with heart-wrenching detail, explaining the overwhelming financial strain of raising the child. He breaks down the costs, $300 a week for preschool, plus additional medical expenses that continue to pile up. Every dollar matters, and without any support from the mother, he's struggling to provide the care the child needs. Before he can continue, the mother interrupts, claiming she's been traveling and doesn't have extra money to contribute. But the judge isn't buying it. Her dismissive attitude and vague excuses don't sit well with the court, and the judge's piercing questions quickly expose the cracks in her story. The courtroom grows tense as the judge presses her for answers, and Mr. Schaefer's determined fight for justice clashes with the mother's increasingly weak defenses. The stakes couldn't be higher. This is about a child's future, and the judge is determined to get to the truth.
Does he have to, you have to pay for like any medical expenses?
He needs special counseling, and of course he has regular doctor visits.
Counseling. Does mom show up to any of those doctor's visits or anything?
Well, no, of course I haven't always told her, but I
Exactly.
haven't expected her.
Exactly. You haven't given him any money either.
Well,
Well, I'm not talking to you still.
Now, I don't have anything against my former daughter-in-law. I mean, she was married to my son, but I do need a little more involvement and a little help.
I agree with you. It definitely, if she's spending $5,000 a month on a condo, I don't even stay in a condo,
I
ma'am.
need that. I
Okay,
have to have
well, I
that.
need a condo. Can you give me your condo? Exactly. So your child support based on $35,000 a year. Are you carrying any type of health insurance on the child?
see, that's another thing. Since on the child,
Yes.
well, the child is autistic, so the child gets a check. So I don't understand why you need my money.
Okay.
Because you get
Again.
assistance from the government.
Again.
with this
Excuse
kid.
me.
I mean, my child.
Excuse me. Last time I checked, I was the judge.
You are.
Okay, thanks. That means that I asked the questions and I addressed him. He addressed me.
Okay.
You do not address him.
All right.
Okay?
Understand.
How much is health insurance for the child only?
I have no idea what health insurance is for the child.
So obviously you don't pay it. Sir, how much is health insurance for the child
It's
only?
just short of $400.
Short for the child only?
Yes,
Ma'am, you...
I'm covered under the VA.
Well, I
Ma'am.
thought he was getting
No,
government
well, I
assistance.
thought you should have been giving him something for child support. So we're going to go ahead and make that happen today. And the child has been living with you for the past 2 years, you say?
2 years.
So not only am I going to make you pay child support, ma'am, you're going to pay back pay as well.
I cannot
Uh,
afford that.
Guess what? Sell your condo, then you can afford that. So I have your gross based on $35,000 a year at $2,916.67. And you said the health insurance is $400 a month?
Yes.
That's pretty steep based on, well, not that your coverage is not steep, but in Texas, we're only allowed to take 9% of her gross. So based on 9%, it'll be $262.50.
Will that start? Can you give me maybe 3 months before that starts so I can rebudget my bills?
Let me think about that. No.
Now it's the mother's turn to defend herself. She explains that she's a travel agent and enjoys travel perks, but insists she doesn't have extra money to spare. That argument immediately falls apart when she casually reveals that she pays $5,000 a month for a luxury condo. The revelation shocks the judge and sends a ripple of murmurs through the courtroom. Without missing a beat, the judge zeroes in on the real issue, priorities. She demands to know why the mother is willing to spend thousands on herself but won't contribute a single dollar to her own child's well-being. The mother stumbles through her response, but the judge's no-nonsense approach leaves her nowhere to hide. The frustration in the room is palpable. The court isn't here for excuses. This is about the child, and the judge makes it abundantly clear that financial responsibility is non-negotiable.
So $262.50.
I had a question. Why are you being so hard on me?
Ma'am, I'm not being hard on you. You have not given this man any type of child support to
I did
support
not
your
have
child.
any.
And then you come to court and say you don't have money, but you travel and you have a $5,000 a month condo, but you don't give him anything a month.
I don't have it. I just don't have
Well, I
it.
can't help you. So it's going to be, I have your child support obligation. And how many children do you have? I'm sorry, ma'am.
Just one.
One child, so that's based on 20%. Let's see here. Sir, you said you all have a cordial relationship. Are you okay with continuing that health insurance?
Yes, I am.
Okay, and are you seeking any type of reimbursement from her on the health insurance?
No, I mean, it's all in the past.
Okay, well, you got really lucky. He cut you a break. So your child support obligation, your net comes out to $2,466.03. Your child support obligation comes out to $394.56. Now your back child support, that $394.56, you have to pay that back from the time that the child has lived with
Oh,
Mr.
wow,
Schaefer.
that's not
Yes,
fair.
ma'am. In Texas, it goes back 4 years. Your child is 3. So with that calculation, it comes out to $14,204.16 to be paid monthly at an amount of $200. That makes your total child support obligation set at, well, I'm gonna make it $300 because $14,000 is a huge amount. So that makes your monthly child support obligation $694.56.
I got some bills that I can show you. I just can't afford that.
And you know what? He has bills that he can show me as well, and you have not done anything. And you're lucky that he cut you a break because I didn't have to let him do that. Is there anything further, Mr. Schaefer?
That's all that I have. Your
Can
Honor.
we talk and maybe we can talk amongst one another and see if we can come up with an agreement?
You're more than welcome to do that at a later date, but right now I just made my ruling. Do you have any other questions
I
pertaining
guess
to
not, since I have to pay all this money.
this? Okay, well, I guess you all are dismissed.
Then comes the moment everyone has been waiting for, the judge's final ruling. With a firm, unwavering tone, she declares that the mother must pay $694.56 per month in child support, including back pay totaling $14,204.16. She carefully explains the calculations, clarifying that Texas law caps net resources at $2,466.30, meaning this ruling is completely fair and justified. The mother immediately protests, trying to argue her way out of it, but the judge isn't having it. She shuts down every excuse, reminding the mother that parental responsibility doesn't disappear just because life gets inconvenient. The courtroom watches in silence as the judge lays down the law the mother must pay, and there will be no more excuses. It's a powerful moment, one that underscores the message that children's needs come first always. Now let's break it down from the legal perspective. The judge takes a moment to explain an important legal principle. In Texas, a grandparent can receive child support if they assume custody of a child. This ruling isn't just about fairness, it's about legal precedent and ensuring that caregivers aren't left to struggle alone. The judge makes one thing clear: the mother's financial obligation doesn't vanish just because the father is gone. Parental responsibility is a lifelong commitment, not something you can opt out of when it's inconvenient. The courtroom drama may be over, the lesson remains. When it comes to supporting a child, there is no excuse for neglecting your duty. And with that, we wrap up this explosive case. What do you think? Was the judge's ruling fair, or do you think the mother should have been held even more accountable? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We bring you the most shocking courtroom cases every single week.